The president has just sent 32 names, in addition to three other names he sent as ambassadorial nominees to the Senate for immediate confirmation. And there have been divergent opinions regarding composition of that list. What's your own reaction on the list?
You see, I have a problem with Nigerians. Sometimes we major too much on what should not bother us. Why is anybody upset that Tinubu appointed useless people as ambassador? You get my point. Because they are all in the same WhatsApp group. What are you upset with that Tinubu appointed Reno Omokri or Panika Ade? Who do you want him to appoint?
Yakub Mahmoud.
Yakub Mahmoud. He's appointing people of his genre. He appointed a guy who helped him rig election. What do you expect? He appointed a guy who helps him with propaganda, telling lies. He appointed a guy who helps him do other things. That is where they pick from their group. So I don't understand the outrage. If it was the Pope that did that, then you can be worried that why did the Pope, appoint a prostitute to head a Catholic mission, right? We can debate that, but we're talking about Tinubu now. So why is everybody upset that Tinubu appointed his people? Who do you expect him to appoint? It has to be people of his own genre, his people of the same characteristics. Yes. It's the reason why I haven't said anything about it because sometimes I have to call myself to order when I get overly excited about people appointed. Why do you appoint this person? The question is, why don't you focus on the person who appointed these characters?
Do you see Tinubu winning 2027? And how do you plan, if you think otherwise, how do you plan to stop him? And are you likely to work with other like minds in other political parties?
You see, Tinubu is not going to win any election in this country because Tinubu is not built to win elections. Tinubu is built to rig elections. And if we leave Tinubu to his own devices, he will be selected, not elected in just like he was selected by Mahmoud in 2020. He will be selected again. And I can tell you, based on experience and intelligence, that Tinubu had already even populated INEC fully with his own people before the last INEC chairman was appointed. Most of the national leaders of the political of INEC, national commissioners, were card-carrying members of APC. Because when he came, he has appointed a lot of national commissioners and electoral commissioners at the state level. They are mostly his people already. The last jigsaw that came into the puzzle was this professor from Kogi State at Mopiton, who was appointed, and everything is ready as far as INEC is concerned for Tinubu's inauguration. But the good news is that, and you've seen that everybody is also being forced to decamp to their party. But the good news is that the Nigerian people are not decamping to APC. And that's where we could tell you that we can make it happen. We can make Tinubu become history. And nobody else can do it better than I can, because I'm a veteran in this battle of fighting against these characters and defeating them.
I said let's wrap up this way. The political parties,
yes,
especially the opposition political parties, is it a surprise that virtually all of them are in crisis, except probably for AAC?
It's not a surprise, and I'll explain in two ways. You see, technically there are no political parties in Nigeria. That is even an indictment on AAC itself. You understand? Because almost all the political parties are controlled by INEC. Are you getting me? And political parties are supposed to be completely independent of any kind of control. But political parties, as defined by the people who invented it, did not think about Nigeria when they were inventing political parties. They didn't know that someday a country called Nigeria, people called Nigerians, will have to be using that vehicle. Anything that got here, including the Bible, had to be manipulated to suit the agenda of the people who live in this country, or the Quran, whatever they lay their hands upon, they go and look for the part that suits crime, and sin. That's what they look for, and how they can justify it. Is that the political parties here are set up, and that's my second position, as special purpose vehicles for negotiation for personal interests. So if you ask, for instance, the APC to produce a membership register, do you know they don't have?
Sure.
They don't care. They don't. Because they don't have to. When we were asked to produce membership register in 2022, we were probably the only party that had a digital membership, because we have people registering online. They confessed to us at INEC that APC could not provide membership because they don't have. So what they then did, they got INEC to use INEC voters register to help them create an APC register within INEC. So they took the INEC voter, what you and I register as voters. You can, if you come across an APC register, you might find my name there. I'm telling you, because it was not done by consent. It was just a transfer of existing data to a rogue party. Because they're still using longhand, even when the only documents you can find in APC is money sharing documentation. You collect this one, how much did you collect? You this one, how much did you give? Those are the documents you can't find them. They don't. Have you ever seen APC registering members? For a party that's been around since 2013, you would imagine that you can register online. I don't even think APC has a website. I doubt it. So if you ask for APC register, you better go and search. If you are not a member, your name might be there. That's how APC got the register. So I'm explaining to you the rotor, but the other part is that who are the characters in these parties? They are gerrymanderers, The persons Americans call carpetbaggers. Money, they are APC, at night they are PDP. So they export crisis to these parties. They are experts. Even the AAC you are talking about, the only reason we are still here is because we fought back. They took AAC over from us. Between 2019 and 2022, it was at the Court of Appeal that we got the party back. Do you know who did it? Wike. The moment he lost that election in Port Harcourt against our candidates, who was then adopted by APC, and he saw that he was losing, he needed the court to restore his man, to buy back, to get back in power. He gave money to our party secretary, got a judge in Abuja to dissolve. They gave them money to go and dissolve. They claimed that they did a shady meeting, dissolved our ESCO, our original ESCO, and then got the judge to accept it. The judge who did it is now on suspension, Justice Ekwo. That's the weakest judge in this Abuja. So that's how they drove us out of our party. We went to Court of Appeal. It took us 3 years to get the party back. But the manner and way we fought back is the reason probably they looked at us and said, just leave these people alone. But that's not to say that they will leave us alone, I can guarantee you. But in this type of struggle, we are veterans. We will fight back, and fight back really bad, because even for what doesn't concern us, we fight for others.